Welcome to the DevOps Summit Canada 2020, and thank you for joining the DevOps Community of Practice and Maturity Model track. It is a pleasure to have you all in this tracks, and I would like to thank you for the fantastic organizer team behind the DevOps Summit Canada, Capital Carbon Consulting, and also the speakers to make this event happen. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mulia Indrajaya. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I'm track leader for this DevOps COP and maturity model, together with George Castro. George will have a separate session discussing on the data age based on the Unicorn project. Outside of this role, I'm a managing partner and lead DevOps practice at Narada Code. I'm also a core organizer of DevOps Days Jakarta and DevOps Indonesia community, a community of DevOps based in Indonesia. We have more than 3,000 members and a meetup every month discussing of DevOps and modern enterprise IT. I'm also an ambassador from DevOps Institute and actively deliver training and help sub enterprise in DevOps implementation. In his amazing track, we have several industry experts and practitioners. So make sure you check your DevOps Summit event. They will share their experience starting from the current step of DevOps and DevSecOps. We have DevOps transformation journey and implementation reference models. We also have a session on DevOps self-assessment approach, how you conduct the self-assessments in your enterprise. We have also how to implement DevSecOps and also the gamifications. We have the session separate for it and a ton of DevOps workshops. So make sure you check your event schedule so you won't miss all these sessions. And then let me start with the one interesting fact that DevOps has crossed the chasm. This is based on the DevOps State of Report in 2019, and it means DevOps is starting to become a new norm in enterprise. As DevOps has become a new norm in your everyday IT processes, the question is how to improve your DevOps to bring most benefit to your enterprise. Or maybe as simple as how DevOps can reduce or remove your current pain point. I want to share one interesting fact also from Gartner, saying that Agile and DevOps are a key to digital transformations. Gartner said that the Agile and DevOps will be de facto standard to develop and deploy applications to enable the continuous delivery. And then infrastructure and operation leaders, along with the application leaders, must operate as product teams, delivering self-service platform designed for resilience to drive digital business innovations. We can see Agile and DevOps as the enabler here, starting from the Agile and DevOps product team, an internal self-service platform in the enterprise, and also, of course, chaos engineering practice as the approach to achieve the resiliency. If your organization hasn't started with DevOps, it means you have to prepare yourself, as DevOps will be the standard in our enterprise IT processes, combined with Agile, Lean, and IT service management. I will share some tips on how to get started with DevOps. The first one is identify your pain. It also means identify your why. Collaborate with all parties in your IT value stream and make it visible. We have the value stream workshop sessions and other workshop as well in the summit to provide you clearer picture on how DevOps can solve your pains. This is the first step. You have to know your why first. And then the second step is to define plan and then agree on the solution, right? It might mean you have to agree on the reference model. This is models such as maturity, capability, or others. This is very useful to agree on the capability we aim, as well the measurement. You might want to bring industry expert to validate and to ensure the agreed solutions are valid. We have several sessions in this track, especially for the transformations, maturity models, and the self-assessment in the DevOps. So make sure you check your schedule for these sessions. And then the third steps is to bring everybody on the same page, right? Good. Yeah. You can always start with this step earlier, because to bring everybody on the same page, it means everybody, you ensure that everybody has the same understanding. This is a very critical step in the implementations. Right? You can have training sessions in your enterprise, sharing session internally, build a community of practice to facilitate knowledge sharing, cultivate a good culture in your enterprise, as well as having a gamification session. You can experience then how DevOps works in your environments, how to collaborate, how the collaboration in DevOps works, and how it can bring significant benefits. We also have the session in this track that focus on the gamifications. And then the last step, and for me is the most important one, is to act, right? To improve things gradually. You have to conduct experimentations. Make sure on every good improvement that have been implemented, make it as the standard, as our standard of doing things. If you are in the enterprise, sometimes it means to formalize it, put it as a standard and in your operating procedure. And don't stop there. Move to the next target and iterate. This is the only way you can implement and improve your DevOps and bring the most value to you, your team, and your organizations. And then I don't want to hold you more further as we have amazing session in this track that focus on each detail of these steps. And then once again, thank you for joining this track. Enjoy the summit and keep improving with DevOps.